Jesus said in John 15:13, "Greater love has no one than this, that one lay down his life for his friends." Today is an opportunity for us to recognize those in our community who are willing to make this sacrifice, and in some cases made the ultimate sacrifice for their fellow soldiers, families, community, and nation.
Thank you all very, very much. This part of the Commonwealth is absolutely one of my favorites. In fact, it's probably on the top of the list. When you all dedicated the river port in Owensboro, I even claimed that I liked it more than my hometown of Louisville, but let's not get into that. As Father mentioned, I'm Major General Ed Tonini, and I'm the Adjutant General of Kentucky. And I'm blessed and absolutely fortunate to be the general in charge of the Kentucky National Guard troops, both Army and Air, who serve in our Commonwealth both for our nation as well as the people of the Commonwealth. In fact, since September the 11th, 2001, over Kentucky National Guardsmen have deployed in harm's way over 16,000 times. I want to thank everyone for being here on this beautiful day at the very special Veterans Memorial Dedication Ceremony. Today we remember and honor American servicemen, ordinary men and women like you, who have served and some who have died while in military service. I know we have several veterans from these communities here at the ceremony today, and if you're a veteran and are able, please stand up or hold up your hand so that we can say thank you for your service. Let's see it. Thanks to every one of you. You know, on Memorial Day earlier this week, at our Kentucky National Guard headquarters in Frankfort, we broke ground on our Kentucky National Guard Memorial, dedicated to honor the sacrifices of those Guard members who lost their lives while serving Kentucky, both at home and abroad. We're doing this with the support of people from all over Kentucky, including communities like right here in this Owensboro area, Daviess County area. I'm especially touched by this community, especially represented by the youth that are here. And it's really gratifying that young people understand the significance of a Veterans Memorial such as yours. I think it's truly inspirational. I've seen the memorial inside the halls of Trinity High School. I can tell you that it's beautiful and it's meaningful. The portraits of the two of your hometown heroes and their stories are remarkable to behold. One portrait is that of Whitesville's own Private First Class David Pauly Nash, who served in the Army in Vietnam. David died December 29, 1968, when he smothered the blast of an enemy-thrown grenade with his body, sacrificing his life to protect his fellow soldiers. Due to David's gallantry, David received the Congressional Medal of Honor, the United States military's highest decoration. The other portrait is of another son of Whitesville's community, Private First Class Herman Payne, who served in the United States Marine Corps in Vietnam. Herman was the first student from your school to die in combat while serving his country. Yet this Veterans Memorial honors all of those who have served this community. Today, let's honor the memory of the men and women who gave all. Think of the principles that let them lay down their lives. They are a beacon of hope that democracy, freedom, equality, and lasting peace will prevail across our world. In today's world, terror will not rest, violence will not sleep, and evil will not die. If we honor and remember those who have served, compassion will prevail, justice will triumph, and freedom will reign. In closing, I'd like to refer to a quote from President John F. Kennedy, who said, "A nation reveals itself not only by the men it produces, but also by the men it honors and the men it remembers." Your collective communities here in Western Kentucky have truly honored our troops and veterans who have served this nation. In honor of them and us well, you honor them and us well. May God bless you and your families. May God bless our troops everywhere. And may God bless the United States of America. Thank you very much.
What I said, Senator Rand Paul.
Thank you, Father Baker. I'm honored to be part of this presentation today. I want to thank the Payne family and the National family for the ultimate sacrifice that their families gave for their country. When I think of their sacrifice and I think of what our veterans have done for the country, I think that we owe them a great debt of gratitude, for what they've done to preserve our freedom. But also we still owe a debt of gratitude for them when they've continued and when their service is over. And this is an ongoing thing that's going on in our country. And we have to realize that our obligation to our veterans doesn't stop just with their time in service, but that continues on when they come home. And what the great sacrifices that they have made should be honored and fulfilled. When I think of the sacrifice of the Nash and Payne family, I think of a young man who I've come to know in my community. Sergeant J.D. Williams sacrificed his body in the time of war, and in the time of the Vietnam War might not have survived, but now many of our soldiers are surviving, but with significant injuries. He lost both legs and an arm. But one of the things that I've been most proud to be part of as being a senator is actually a charity that has nothing to do with government, but that we raise money to try to build homes. And my wife has become involved in this, helping at hero.org. And we were fortunate enough to build a house for him recently over in Franklin area. But the thing that strikes us as we look to our veterans around the country and across the country is that how many of them have come from small communities like Whitesville, or come from Davis County, or Owensboro, or Western Kentucky, or little towns like where my wife is from, Russellville. These little towns across America are really the backbone of America. We have a volunteer army. We ought to be proud of it, that our people are volunteering to defend the country. To the kids here, you ask, well, what are they defending? People talk about America is exceptional. America is exceptional, but you really have to realize what these veterans are defending. It's not just an abstraction. They actually take an oath to defend the Constitution, to defend the Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights is about something incredibly important, and it is God and country. Your rights come from your Creator. They don't come from the Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights merely codifies or writes down or says what we're going to protect, but we think that it is inherently ours, that it comes from our Creator. So it is a big deal what our veterans are doing. They are out there fighting, not for some particular, sometimes it's unclear exactly what the exact goal is on a given day, but when you ask these veterans who come home and they have sacrificed so much, what were they fighting for? It is for the American way. It is for the Constitution. It is to defend the Bill of Rights. It is to defend that our rights came from our Creator. When I think of our veterans, I think of, my wife's family has had so many veterans, and I think of what happened after 9/11. Most of you remember where you were after 9/11. And within a week or two after 9/11, my nephew was at UK, decided that he was going to go in the Navy and that he was going to defend his country against attack. And so I think that there is a welling up of pride and sincere patriotism that we all need to experience, we all need to acknowledge, and we need to realize that those of us who haven't gone, those of us who haven't served, we have an obligation to protect, help, and continue to support those who have served. I'm glad to be a small part of that. I consider it to be my priority as a U.S. Senator, and thank you for allowing me to be part of this presentation today.
Thank you.